here in Israel, the way that in order for you to marry off your kid, you have to put down money towards an apartment, towards a down payment, in order for your kids to buy something, because the prices just keep going up. But if you don't do that, basically you're setting up the kids for financial suicide, that they're going to just have to keep on paying rent for the rest of their lives. They won't ever be able to buy. This is just the culture here. And I was speaking to a rabbi, I says, how am I supposed to do this? You give $70,000, $100,000, you have to give to every single kid these amounts of monies. And Ashkenazim have even higher amounts that they're expected. Sephardim are lucky, we get away with much cheaper. And I always knew this time would maybe come, but now it challenged me to my core. And I asked this rabbi who has 13 kids and married off almost all of them, he has just one left, and he's getting less of a salary than me. His wife is getting less of a salary than my wife. And this person is saying, I'll tell you the truth, my son told me the secret. I married it off, it was a miracle. And what's strange is that everybody that I asked, and everybody he asked also, who married off their kids in Israel, helping them to marry off with buying, helping them to buy apartments, all say it's a miracle. Now, he says the letters in the Luchot, the letters Samech and Mem, are both letters. If you have such a reality, either it's round or square, but it's totally closed. In that scenario, if it's a whole hollow on both sides, the letters. So the fact that it was able to stand, the middle of the letter of the Samech, the middle of the letter of the Mem, the stone, the middle of it is standing in miracles. So the rabbi says to me that the Mem Sofit in the Luchot was standing with a miracle. The Samech in the Luchot was standing with a miracle. And he says to me, those ages of between 40 Mem and 60 Samech, people stand in miracles. When we have large families and we have to just deal with everybody's childhood, teenage issues that they're dealing with, how do we get all the energy for this? And then to marry off the kids and then to be grandparents. How do we get the energy for all this? The answer is, from 40 to 60, we stand by miracles. I was blown away by this concept, because this was something that, for me, to let go of my responsibility and say, God, I can't be responsible anymore. God, I need you to be responsible. It's the hardest thing in the world for me. It's breaking me. But I want to tell you something about last week's parasha, where there's something that we see in the parasha, is the ta'amim of shalshelet. Vayishat. We have the shalshelet 4 times in the whole Torah. The first time of the shalshelet in the Torah is when Lot, Vayit Mahma, and he was not clear if he should go back and look to make sure that he's saving what he has left from Sodom, or to go after the angels and maybe save his future. And the word Vayit Mahma, the first time that the shalshelet is found in the Torah, is telling us that it was ma versus ma. Value versus value. What's more important to you? Is it your career, or is it your family? Your future? And sometimes you'll have to face that at the age 40. Is it more important to your career or your family? Is it more important to you to be a rabbi who's helping people, or a rabbi who's helping his family? What's more important to you? And sometimes we have to have that crisis we have to go through and have to accept that. We don't have the answers to those questions. What versus what? Family versus career. Or sometimes we have other issues that we have to deal with, is letting go of the past versus accepting a different future. Moshe Rabbeinu, at the time when he was preparing Aharon, like we see in this week's parasha, Aharon was, they were starting off Rosh Chodesh Nisan, inauguration of the Mishkan. When they were getting into that position, what was happening was Moshe was giving up his priesthood to his brother Aharon. And the reason why he had to do that was because in the past, when Hashem asked Moshe Rabbeinu, take out the Jews from Egypt, he says, no, send it in the hands of my brother Aharon. And because he didn't take upon himself at that moment the leadership of the Jews at that moment, he had to give up the priesthood to his brother Aharon in the future. And now when he's passing on the priesthood to his brother, actually, on the first day of the inauguration, he's in a crisis. He says, how can I let go of what I had that opportunity? And sometimes in life, when we have crisis, we have to let go. We have to let go of past things that we tried doing and maybe don't work for our future. It's okay to recalculate in life. Because when we have the shalshelet in life, we have another 2 times in the Torah. Yosef, when he was faced by the wife of Potiphar. What did Yosef do when he was in that position where he had tremendous temptation? The temptation is like a life crisis sometimes. But what comes out of it? He becomes king of Egypt. The other time that we have in the Torah the concept of shalshelet is when Eliezer, the servant of Avraham Avinu, when he is in a place where he wants his daughter to marry Yitzhak, and his daughter's the best girl in Sarai Menu Seminary, and he has to give it up and try to find somebody from Lot's house, somebody from Bituel's house instead. And Vayomer, and Eliezer had to say, you know what, I might not be the grandfather of the children of Yitzhak, but you know what, I might be the best shachan of all time. And he was. So sometimes we have to let go of certain things, and God is telling us, recalculate. Eliezer, after he made that shidduch, he went straight to Olam Haba, to Gan Eden, alive, from the few people of the world ever. When people go through those times, it's because God is telling you, you're not lost. There's just a time for you to reconsider. Maybe something else is stepping up for you. Sometimes we get to the age of 40 and what would happen till now might not be good for going forward. Maybe we have to find other streams of income. Maybe we have to be able to change our approach a little bit. It's okay. It's okay. Because God has you in control even when you don't have yourself in control. You could be responsible, but don't be responsible over God. This will give you motivation, will give you strength through the times of crisis. To be able to recognize that crisis is just God telling you, it might be time for you to recalculate. And things are good that are going to come out of this.